Dave and Tim's beginnings are a study in greatness. Okay, maybe not greatness, but it's pretty damn interesting to say the least. Dave popped into the world on November 22nd. Illinois wasn't prepared for this little cherub. It was widely rumored that Dave was the result of his mom's torrid love affair with the Good Humor Man. This rumor was later confirmed every Christmas when a box of melted fudgesicles arrived for Dave. Dave's interest in the paranormal was sparked while playing peekaboo with his mom. Dave was fascinated by the fact that his mother could disappear at will, thus leaving him to ponder the square root of 2. Timmy came into the world on August 26th and set the state of Minnesota abuzz, as it was found out that his real father was a Brazilian wax Sasquatch named Phil. This explained his secretive nature and need to hide behind the scenes of radio. Tim's interest in the paranormal began when he first witnessed Mr. Number 2 flushed and disappear into a watery grave. When he inquired as to where it went, his mother promptly told him, "Why, heaven, dear." Their paths would cross one day at a church Easter egg hunt, where together they developed their very first theory, that the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy worked together and created a worldwide tooth cartel. Later, while looking through old photos, they noticed that their friend Puppy just wasn't what he seemed to be. Their love of radio began the Christmas they both received karaoke machines, and while entertaining friends in the neighborhood, found out that singing just was not for them. While attending the daycare for incorrigible boys, they met some new friends and began a lifelong friendship. Little Jay and Grant were friends from way back. They first appeared in the Roto-Rooter family calendar and made a hit with the ladies. Little did they know that their future would not only include the paranormal, but unclogging the pipes of thousands of ladies on the East Coast. They grew up to open Taps, Paranormal, and have their very own TV show. Jay was a curious young man and began reading at an early age and pondering the mysteries of the unknown. Little Grant was the quiet one, playing his piano for hours and making up show tunes. Dave and Tim also met another special boy, Chris. They were intrigued by Chris, as he liked to talk a lot to imaginary friends that he swore were in the room with them. They especially enjoyed when Chris would channel angry hockey players. Little Chris surprised everyone one day when he walked into a funeral and promptly told the widow that her husband was upset because he wanted to be buried in his pink taffeta dress. After the widow came to, he made it up to her by telling her where her husband had hidden the safety deposit box key. They also met Patrick. Patrick was a precocious little boy who loved playing on the computer, where he accidentally ran into a Loch Ness website. He promptly began practicing for the day he would one day go to Loch Ness and find Nessie. The boys had a great time together and decided they would one day grow up and be investigators into the paranormal. But first, they had to have their milk and cookies, and then, of course, nap time. Upon waking, they had their very first paranormal retreat. They packed up and went to Disney World's Haunted Mansion. They then did their very first investigation by jumping off the cars and promptly tearing up the joint looking for evidence. The Disney staff were none too pleased with this investigation, as it took 3 months to repair. While leaving the security office, the boys promptly declared, "This haunting is debunked." The rest is just paranormal radio history. You yourself can experience a paranormal event by going to www.darknessradio.com and clicking on trips.